Hey you guys, welcome back for another video here on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I got some new questions and I have my iced coffee here. It's actually iced espresso. So let's jump in. I'm going to answer your guys' questions, and I always enjoy doing Q&As. Here I am, I'm getting to them. I took screenshots, so I have all these questions from Instagram. And I think when I asked for these, it's been a little bit since I asked for these, I specifically said bonus points for fun, lighthearted questions. So let's jump in, have some coffee, and do a fun little Q&A. Hopefully it'll bring a smile to your face. I didn't look through the questions. I never do because I love the element of surprise. So let's jump in. Okay, first question. Do I have a vegetable garden? No, I do not. Next one. Do you keep your personal trainer certification up to date? I did for a while, but I've let it expire now. But the knowledge and experience that I have from the past, and still the knowledge that I continue to learn through my own journey through fitness and getting older and all of those things. So I still feel very much like I'm continuing my education, and my subject is myself and my kids. I've been training my kids and helping them, and so I'm still very much involved in the fitness aspect of life, like in my own personal life, but I have not kept up with my certifications with NASM, which is who I got certified through, just because it was expensive and I didn't want to have to do like their specific continuing education requirements. And so I kind of let that go. Let's see. Have you ever heard of Smarter by 1 Degree? If so, what is your opinion? I have never heard of that, and so I have no opinion. The next one, how my oldest does her hair, which products does she use? I have a curly haired daughter. Okay, so it's funny that you should ask, because we actually went yesterday and stocked up on a bunch of curly hair products for her. She's never had a diffuser before with the blow dryer, so we got her one of those. So that'll be a new thing because she's really wanting to even take her curls to the next level. I'll link everything that we use for my daughter's curly hair down below for you, or on the products part of this video, so just click that. Curious of some of the examples of the hills you've let go and the ones you still hold. So I think if I'm reading this question right, you're asking like as far as like parenting, like what are the hills that you will die on, that you won't bend on, and what are some that you have let go? Hopefully I'm understanding that right. So let's see. One of the hills that I have not really let go, but more like adjusted as my daughter has basically become an adult woman, turning 18 soon, within the year, is the whole situation of like a two-piece bathing suit. So I, for the longest time, would not let her wear anything other than a one piece. She still has really cute one pieces because there's definitely moments and situations where that is most appropriate, but she has wanted to wear a two piece. She loves surfing, she loves the beach, she loves all that. And as she's gotten older, you know, I've let her kind of take a little bit more ownership of that. Now, obviously, if she came home or wanted to go out with us as a family and her brothers, or even by herself, and she was wearing something absolutely atrocious, like I would not let her do that because she still is 17. But I've definitely given more there than I would probably want. So that is one. So yeah, because honestly, when it comes to modesty and making choices for yourself, it's really more about the heart behind the choice. And so sometimes we have to obey before the heart catches up, but then also sometimes there is like an element of legalism, and it is such a fine line to walk. And so that has just been like a difficult area. That's one that I can think of. Another one is, let's see, what's another one? Hills to die on, parenting hills, and ones that we've taken a breath on. I guess another one, I mean, these weren't really hills, but I guess they're just more like adjustments as your kids get older, is like movies and stuff like that. You know, when they're really young, it's very important, and still very important to us. Like my kids still, my almost adult children still want to choose godly entertainment and things. But if there's one word in a movie, you know, we're okay with them watching it. Like, it's not like we're encouraging that and we're saying it's fine, but it's just like, you're going to be an adult. You work with people who say those words like 20 times more. Do we really need to prevent you from watching the original Captain America because it says the S word one time? So, you know, these are just things that we've had to navigate as our kids have gotten older. And another thing about this is that this is a good one, actually. So a lot of times parents of multiple kids, when they're all young, they'll make like these blanket statements like, we do not allow our kids to do X. We will not allow our kids to do Y. And it's very much like universal for everyone. Well, as your kids get older and you've got an almost 18-year-old or a 17-and-a-half-year-old and you've got a 12-year-old, the rules for them can't be the rules for them, and the rules for them can't be the rules for them. And so I guess it's not really a parenting hill, but it's something that I have had to realize and adjust to, is that the rules and expectations definitely have to adapt, and they cannot be universal. So, yeah, that was a bit of a challenge at first to navigate, and it still kind of is. So those are some of them. What do I do at night to relax and unwind? Honestly, by the time everyone is settled into bed, I mean, gone are the days where everyone was in bed at 8 o'clock and I had time to myself. That's not my reality anymore. I am really just kind of collapsing into bed, and I will watch. Jake works so early, so I can't like do anything noisy in our room. So I will just kind of quietly watch like a YouTube video if I'm interested in something. And honestly, I just go to bed. Like, I don't even really have that relaxation transitional time before bed too much anymore. If we have a night where I do have more time to do that, I will usually sit on the couch with my kids with a blanket and just like cuddle with them while they watch some TV. They're always in control of the TV. And I'll just kind of hang out and kind of wind down that way. But yeah, I don't really have much that I'm doing because I'm going until I really can't anymore. And then it's late and I'm tired and I'm just kind of collapsing into bed. Let's see. Would I rather visit Italy or take an African safari? I would rather go to Italy. Homeschool schedule. What subjects do I do daily versus weekly? We do everything daily, so that makes that question easy. You own a farm. What's the first animal you get? A pig. Favorite family games. We like card games. I really have to confess, I am not a huge board game person. We got a new card game, I think it was around Christmas time, called Dutch Blitz, and that's been fun. So I like card games. What app do we use for directions when we are traveling? We just use our phones. And Jake always will do some research and like store it away mentally. He's very good at navigation before, in case like our phones were to not work. Any old slang from middle or high school you still enjoy using? No. I laugh at this question though, because I try to think of like, what slang did I use? I don't know. I don't think so. But I definitely talked a lot different than I do now. The next question, thank you for telling us about All Creatures Great and Small. Any other family TV recommendations? Honestly, no. That's why that show was so special, because for everyone to like it, very difficult, especially with boys and girls, and then add in teenagers and adults, and so that is honestly like one of our only family shows. But if any of you guys have a show that your family loves and you have kids similar ages to mine, please leave me a comment down below. How do you make sure to rest during summer break? I actually put up a video in my membership about this very topic, because I do have to be very intentional about this. So if you want to watch more, that you can click the link to go to my membership and see it. But there's a few things that I have to do. Number one is to quiet the noise down. So I do not try to like read a ton of books or like do all that. I really try to quiet it. I always take a bit of time off of social media to quiet things down. I make time for sleeping and things that bring me personal, just like, ooh, I love doing that. And normally I wouldn't have the time to do that, whether that's like going to IKEA in the middle of the day or doing a workout at 11 a.m. Like just little things to really fuel my heart. Traveling is another way, because whenever I get out of my routine, then I'm able to feel like I really connect with my kids and my family. So those are some things. Lots of pool time. Those are some things that I do, but I talk more about that in my video in the membership. Let's see. Have I ever thought about doing American Ninja Warrior? You would be so good. No, I have never considered that, but thank you for saying that. What is my all-time favorite Disney ride? Thunder Mountain for sure. Do I struggle with anxiety and depression? I want to homeschool, but worried my mental health will get in the way. I struggle sometimes with anxiety. I have always struggled with anxiety. I have a video in my membership where I talk about my journey with anxiety and how I have come to a place of understanding and wholeness, who still sometimes struggles with it. But I talk about how I don't take that on as like my identity, and how Christ has freed me from that, but also recognizing that it's something that I have a tendency towards because of life experiences I've had. And I share in my membership about that because it's obviously like a vulnerable topic. So I can tell you that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And so you can absolutely homeschool. And if you want more encouragement, you can check out that video. Gel or dip for nails? Let's go both. I do like a natural dip with gel on top, and that seems to last me the longest. So that's what I like to do. And then for toes, I always do regular polish because gel on my toes lasts way too long and then I can't take it off myself at home. So I like regular polish on my toes. What is your favorite unusual food combination? I am not a big unusual food combination type person. I feel like all of my combinations of food make a lot of sense. One though that I do like the taste of, but it's so weird because I hate cottage cheese, and the look and the texture of it is when you scramble that into your eggs. I love the taste of that and the added protein of that, but I hate cottage cheese by itself. And so mentally I have to like ignore that it's there. Very weird. Would I jump out of an airplane with a parachute? No, never. You mentioned your daughter pursuing nursing. Would love to hear more about that. Yes. So my oldest daughter right now, and all of this is subject to change because she is 17 years old, is interested in pursuing nursing. Now she is the type though that sets her mind to something, she completes it. I wonder where she gets that from. Me, in case any of you were wondering. So I don't doubt that that will come to fruition for her, but anytime you say anything on the internet, you always have to give the caveat like, this is a child we're talking about, she might change her mind. So she wants to go into nursing. She wants to travel, and she wants to travel nurse. She's fascinated with like the human body and all the different ailments and situations. I see that being like more of her focus right now, and like the empathy and caring for people that nursing requires being like a secondary thought. So she's just very much into like the science of humans and bodies and all of that. She also is a bit of an adrenaline junkie, not in a catastrophic way, thank God, but she does enjoy like an element of surprise to things. So I can totally see her becoming a nurse. So that's what she wants to do. She wants to be in like trauma or ICU right away. I'm like, I think you should do like babies, and and she's like, I don't want to do that. She'll change her mind. I know she will, but that's where what she's thinking about right now. And as of right now, she will most likely continue with Grand Canyon University. They have a very strong nursing program, and the Lord has been facilitating different aspects of her life to allow for certain things. So right now, that's where she's at. What are some things that I like to do just for me? Number 1, my nails. Number 2, sipping my coffee outside in the mornings. Number 3, working out. I guess that's for everyone because they need me to be healthy, but it's for me too. Number 4, just for me. I can't really think of anything else. Man, that's a hard question. Just for me. I don't know. Those are some of the things that I like to do that are just for me. What are some things you and Jake do to be playful with each other? I love this question. I think it's so important to be playful with your husband, and some people just have playful personalities. Jake and I have always been the playful, sarcastic, like we kind of poke fun at each other type of relationship. Like we are not sentimental, sweet, romantic, lovey-dovey. Like that's just not how we are. And sometimes people read that wrong. But we've been together for 20 years, and so it's clearly working. So we joke around with each other. We make lighthearted jokes about things that each other does. We try not to take life too seriously, and we bring humor into situations, even sometimes when maybe we shouldn't. I don't know, like there's nothing specific, but overall we just try to keep a lighthearted like relationship with each other. So yeah, that's kind of what we do. We tell each other funny stories, and I don't know, it's just our personalities, so we don't really have to like try too hard. But we do obviously have to be intentional about making time for one another. What household chore do I hate the most? Probably cleaning bathrooms. Favorite go-to family meal, tacos. Healthy snack or favorite snack, healthy and not healthy. So my favorite snack that's not healthy it's probably not a snack, but it would be like, I just love gummy candies of all varieties, like sour, the Trader Joe's gummies, licorice, like anything like that. I love that. And healthy favorite snack is probably like, the lesser evil popcorn. That's healthy. I also love protein bars. I genuinely enjoy them. So those are some of them. Any tattoos? Yes, I have a tattoo on my foot. It is Chinese characters for love, strength, and happiness. And that it is such a clear depiction of mentally and spiritually where I was the day I turned 18. I got it done in Newport Beach, and yeah, that is the story behind that tattoo, and it's on the top of my foot. So I can put a sock on it. It's small. It's 3 characters. That's the only tattoo I have. And it's quite funny now as a believer, as a Christian, like walking around with Chinese characters on my foot. But it's also like a part of my testimony, like, look what God has brought me from. So it's funny. Which year Bible do I use? Mine is chronological, but I want one that mixes Old and New Testament. I have the one called the Everyday Bible. I'll link it down below. It does mix Old and New Testament and Proverbs and Psalm. So that is one that I have. What would the theme song to your life be right? I'm going to add right now. The theme song to my life would be right now, maybe like Imagine Dragons, Whatever It Takes. Something that embodies like chaos a little bit. That's what I feel like it would be. Let's see. Has anyone tried to hit on you? And if so, how do I handle it? This is a funny question. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I definitely get noticed, and sometimes people might say something, but I also have a very good, the world would use a bad word for this, but I have a very good resting face that says, like, no, we are not open for communication here. So that's generally how I kind of like posture myself in a situation where I feel like it could be headed in that direction. But I also don't put myself in situations where I'm alone without my husband, where it would be like a place for that type of interaction. So that is a bit of wisdom. Like, if you don't want to deal with that, then like don't go. But obviously it can happen anywhere, but it can happen a lot more if you're putting yourself in situations where that would be the likely thing to do in that environment, like bars and places like that. So yeah, so I just kind of shut it down, you know, like if someone says something, I'll say, oh, thank you. And then that's that. But like, I don't engage. I don't seem open for conversation. And so I feel like most people can catch the hint pretty quickly. Have my children expressed interest in doing social media, what I do on social media? So no, my kids know that what I do on social media is very unreliable when it comes to income. They understand that this is just like a crazy, wild blessing that the Lord has given us, and that it could literally stop at any time. And so it's not something to like aspire to. That's not like putting down what I do, because I very much view this as a ministry of my life, but they also understand like that it's not a career to aspire to, if that makes sense. So I just keep it in the right light for them, and they understand. So no, they've never expressed like wanting to do this as a job. However, my oldest daughter probably would be very happy if I let her get Instagram, but I haven't done that yet. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? I was an NSYNC girl always and forever. I did like the Backstreet Boys. I know that I shouldn't have, because you definitely needed to take sides, but I loved NSYNC more, but I did also like the Backstreet Boys. Have my boys expressed interest going into what my husband does in law enforcement or military? Yes. One of my sons has expressed interest in both of those things. Our world's climate has changed a lot though, and so he's very observant of that. So we will see how that comes to fruition in his future. What has God been teaching me lately? Well, God has been teaching me a lot of things lately. I did a video on this in my membership, I'm not like plugging that, but I'm just saying like these videos I make. I talked about why this was one of my hardest homeschooling years in my membership. And it's not because anything bad happened. And I explain why. So God has been teaching me a lot in this season. I guess I could best sum it up with what is in trusting Him and faithfully following when I do not see basically 2 steps in front of me, and releasing control. Those would be the 3. And teaching me every single day to be more gracious, because through challenging parenting seasons, more grace is required. So yeah. Do I do gifts for my kids on the last day of school? Yes, I do. And I just filmed a video about that, but I also have a highlight on Instagram where I've saved past years. Least favorite part to exercise or work out: abs, arms, legs. I honestly love it all. But if I had to choose between arms and legs, which one I like better, I like lifting arms more, but legs I do more. I do because it's just a necessity. So I really like it all, is what I'm saying. Do people ever mistake you and your kids for siblings? You look so young. Yes, actually, this has happened so many times, especially over the last few years, and thank you. What are some of the states you all are considering if you moved? I feel like if we had to move right now without considering like economic factors and everything, we probably would consider Tennessee, Texas, Idaho, South Carolina, Florida. Those would probably be the states that we would think of. What shows are you into right now? I am only watching one show right now, and it is, what is it called? Down Home Fab on HGTV. It's Chelsea and Cole from the old show Teen Mom. They have like a renovation show now, and that is the only show I've been watching. Favorite candle scent: the Sunkissed Citrus from Antique is my favorite right now. Homeschool planner that I use: I don't use a specific homeschool planner. I use in my life planner. This year I got a plum paper planner, and then next year I'm going back to Erin Condren just because that's what I've always used. I tried something different this year. I didn't love it. Let's see. How do I keep upstairs bedrooms smelling good? Well, open the windows as often as possible. I don't allow eating and drinking in rooms, so that definitely helps. Cutting down on like smells, trash, leaving the door open so there's proper ventilation, and making sure your kids shower regularly. Those are things that I do to kind of keep them smelling good. We also have all ceiling fans, so air is always circulating. What are the things your little co-op group has done? So we've done nature study, we've done poetry tea time, we've done holiday parties, we've done hymn studies, we've done unit studies, like we did like a study on the prairie. We've done like cooking through history, we've done park meetups. What else? That might be all. Would I rather have a fancy dinner with Joe Biden or a girls' weekend with AOC? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am gonna go with having a fancy dinner with Joe Biden because he would probably be very quiet and fall asleep and not say anything to me, where AOC, I don't think I could even handle 5 minutes. So yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure that I got to most of them. Toughest year of motherhood so far, or age range? I'm going to say like 16 to 17 has been the toughest for me. Definitely like 15 and up seems to be a challenging time for me personally. Best thing I've bought this week. The best thing I bought this week, well, I didn't buy this week, but I did buy it last week. And they're these, I wish I could show you guys. They're these like high-waisted denim shorts that I have on. They're so comfy and I love them. I got them in California though, so I probably won't be able to link them. The worst thing that I bought this week was, what's the worst thing that I bought? The worst thing that I bought was a large amount of charcuterie meats for my sister-in-law's baby shower that I forgot at my house, because that's not something we would typically eat. And so now I have a ton of like prosciutto in my fridge. Let's see. What career or jobs do I see my kids doing? What would I do if YouTube was not here? Let's finish on this question. So for my kids, I see my oldest daughter doing, I really do see her in the medical field. I think she will become a nurse. My son, right under her, I see him doing something very, very intellectual, math, like engineering, or something very something along those lines. I see my son right under him doing something in leadership, and probably something very helping others, like defending people, standing up for justice and truth and leadership. For my youngest daughter, I truly do see her being an amazing mom. She hasn't really expressed anything like job yet. That doesn't mean that she won't. She's only 12, but I do see her heart to serve, and I see her love for little ones, and I just know she's going to be a really good mom. So I can see that in her. So those are my kids as of right now. 12 turning 14, just turned 16 and 17. And me, what would I be doing if YouTube wasn't here? Well, I still think that I would be homeschooling. And because I would be homeschooling, I probably would still be working as a personal trainer if I wasn't doing YouTube. That I wouldn't call personal training my career. Like career, I don't know, it sounds so big. I don't know. So to me, personal training was just like a little side job, but I guess you could call it a career. So I think I would probably still be doing that if I wasn't doing YouTube full time, but I've never desired to have a career outside of my home. My purpose has always been to raise up my children properly. So that has been where my heart is and where my heart continues to be. And I'm just blessed that I have had opportunities come to me where I've been able to do both and do both well. So I'm thankful for that. But for the future, I don't know what God has once I am done homeschooling and what that will look like, but we shall see. So thank you guys so much for watching this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed hearing some fun questions as well as some serious ones. There's always a good mix of both. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any more questions down below, or if you relate to anything I shared. Give me a comment. That is helpful to my channel, and it lets YouTube know that you enjoy my content and will keep me showing up for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.